and we are streaming again. Somebody's going to have to let me know how the setup is because it's been a while since I've done this. How are we all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Huge thanks to Kyril, who I'm not sure if he's here yet or not, but he's been taking care of things while I've been gone, using the Pinfu farm thing, for my purposes, of course, rather than his, which is all fair. So, good afternoon, Kyril, indeed. Right, let's actually play some games, shall we? We have 5 people queued up already, so I'm going to have to quickly roll to see who gets eliminated from this one. It is number 4, so that's Solar. You'll be in the next game, though. Right, so first game, Kung Pao Devi, Prospero, Rigadan, and myself. I had a bye. Even if I'd rolled a 5, I'd have gone in. Indeed, good evening. Alright. Let's see how things are going. I mean, in fairness, I did play last week. I played in the other thing. Oh. Ready to do a side game in 2 minutes. No worries. I will keep half an eye on that and make sure things are working. And also the chat appears to be working as well. I'm hoping I got the configuration right, because I've decided I didn't like myself in the top right corner and figured this is the best place to have the webcam based on everything, Evening Puppin, because it's right underneath the door indicators, and the only thing I'm really blocking is whoever's in the seat to the left of me, and the name is still visible underneath. It just looks as if I'd have a different name. But we'll see how this goes. Also, I might enlarge the chat as it appears there, because it seems a bit small on my end. But again, teething problems, I've had to reset everything from scratch, so we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, waiting on one more. Me and Debbie are in the same location, so it's unlikely to be us. Alright, game on. Oh, that's not lined up correctly. Ah, that's... Alright, that's going to bother me until I fix it, but for the moment, let's play the game. Interesting start. We'll go Dragon first, since we already have a pair of things. And we'll keep the East for a turn or so, just to see what happens. Yeah, no worries, I've pretty much been doing the same thing. It bothers me that it's not dead center, though. Alright, don't want to call that. That's a good draw. Alright, let's get rid of 7-3, and then we'll see where we are with things after that. Unfortunately, we can't really call that. It doesn't help us a lot. But we've got 2 safe tiles if we need them down the line. We do have 3 pairs, so the Wests are probably going to get cut at some point. Marginal improvements, so we'll get rid of the 4 first. So potentially draw 2, cut 1, hopefully draw 3 first maybe. Make it easier, presumably at least double pair weight, although missing this would be a one-sided pair weight on the... Yeah, that's a great draw. Alright, I think we can give up on East on turn 4, but we're 1 away from Reach only and probably waiting on either a closed 3 or a 7 only. So not the greatest of weights, but we are dealer, and it's early enough if we can get this. That actually gives us a marginal bit of improvement. Is it worth it? Over the West. I think it's worth it over the West. We'll get rid of the West here. So what this gives us is the ability to go 2, 3, 4. We've still been a close weight for something admittingly, but we deal with the multiple pair issues. We're going to have 2 kind of runs here. Who knows? We might be able to do something properly with this. Who knows? Can't do that. 6 is an interesting draw. So that potentially opens up another route, although admittingly the 7s are kind of locked as our pair at this point. 4s could be, I suppose. Hi, Rumi. 6 does nothing to help us. Alright, so second row, let's start just having a quick scan, see if anybody's looking tempo indicator. Most people are still discarding honors at this point, so I think we got some time. Just need to draw some middle Pinzu, really. 3, not helpful. Looks like we're in a Pinzu Honetsu, at least from a discard. Like, well, maybe a Pinzu Honetsu. Pair of West. Admittingly, that could have been dropped because I saw 2 on there. Fair enough. I mean, ultimately, the general rule is if I can answer you verbally, I will do, as you know, and just don't give away the specifics. You can ask me about things that are known. So, for example, why did I discard that? And I can tell you verbally, for example. That's fine. But again, just try not to reveal... Ooh. Okay, so that gives us that. Closed 3. I think we got the 9 here. So this puts us into a 3-pin weight, but 3-pin with the Dora. Maybe we could have cut... No, I was thinking we might have been able to go Chanter, but actually we can't really. So I guess 5-8 gets us there now. 5 puts us into an awkward position, actually, doesn't it, with that one? I suppose actually I could still do that and go with... That would still be 1 away, though. Yeah, 5 doesn't help us anymore. I'm wondering if I've misplayed that slightly, but we got to accept the door if we can. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't ask why I'm not canning Vidora. That's a perfectly valid thing there. I mean, to be fair, we know we can't be canning Vidora because, of course, Debbie's discarded one, but, you know. Which, by the way, Tempai indicator, so we've got to be aware of that. Sounds good to me. Alright. That is not great. And we've got to worry about what Debbie's up to now a little bit. We could play the one thing for safety here, which isn't... It's kind of a weak move as dealer, but I feel we don't have a lot of other good options here. We're still 1 away. We'd be on the free anyway. We do. Sorry, I've been neglecting my duties a little bit here. If we do have we are 1 away from a sub game, so we can get 1 more. We can get things going. Debbie's not discarded any Sozu, but if we're going to discard any, we'll go for the 1. If she's on the 1, she's on a only, so we could probably take that on balance. Could be North, I think. No, 2 Norths have been played. So Tanyo, I would guess, based on everything else. And we can call 4 or 7 for Tempai still, so there is that going for this hand at least. Give us another go. Ooh, could be White Dragon actually, but we'll go with it. Alright, there we go, we have 4. So Larry, Kyril, Piffles, Solo. I'm starting the game. Yeah, so Tanya Dora 1. Now that isn't going to be what's dealing in at that point. We don't have any other safe tiles against it, particularly. Two's likely to be safe, but it's not a guaranteed thing with a couple of frees played. And a 1. I'd imagine that if she had something related to that, it would have happened. Question is, will we get a chance to call anything? Otherwise, we're just going to be in a no-10 situation here. I mean, to be fair, our last few draws have been interesting, but not at all related to what we were doing. I suppose if we could have get the 1 over something, I guess, but everyone's now just falling out. We might be able to hit Tempai here. Does that do it? No. Does that do it? No. Well, we're going to gamble on that 2-pin being safe now. Oh, it wasn't. But it gives us an extra draw. Actually, no, we'd have got the draw anyway, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would have had the high tape. 7 doesn't give us the thing. 7 doesn't give us the thing, and we know 7's just been played. So yeah, unfortunately, not the best for us. We can still pawn Prospero here if he plays either thing we can call, but no. Oh. Okay. I can't do anything on that. We are the only player not in Tempai at that point. Alright. Not the best of dealer turns, but far from the worst. Yeah, we possibly misplayed that a little bit, but then our last 8-9 draws were kind of terrible. At least in terms of what we built to. If we'd have kept the 1, we'd actually been fine, but... Anyway. This looks reasonable. But ultimately, I bet our last hand was better. And everybody else was quite slow, although I'm missing that they got there. Lack of pressure on them. If I'd been able to connect and reach a little earlier, that might have been enough to at least secure the draw the other way around. I'm not playing 100% power. Oh dear. Well, enjoy it. Kyril's in 2nd place at the moment. I think he has a win ratio above 50 at the moment. I was looking at this earlier, but yeah, I think he's got the best win ratio at the moment. Anyway. Also, Raymond's 3rd. Let's see the other point here. This is actually reasonably high table. 2-pin doesn't do anything for us here, so we'll get rid of that. We'll hold on to the green for a turn longer. And we'll probably follow up on the east. the green for a little bit. So there's things we could do here. We can get into a nice pin through at least with what we're currently looking at. Oh, maybe not. So triplet of the ones, which gives us pair run, another pair. I mean, there's shades of other things that we could go for, and it's still early enough, but I feel that we need a lot of... Well, maybe we're getting a lot of luck. Okay, so Ishanten, I think. But we get a 9, we're probably going to possible Itsu. Let's just cut the 8 pins and see what we can do. Actually, we're going to cut the 8 pins anyway. This is... maybe? We're kind of leaning into the optimal hand here, which is just push this to Chinitsu. So this is kind of why I'm going to lean into this a little bit. We need to cut one of the pairs anyway, so... let's just... oh, that's unfortunate. We get the greens. Oh, there was Rin Shannon going on, or at least Rin Shannon attempts. We're still at 10 more draws. This is still potentially doable. Debbie though has just called, so we got a bit of time. Got a bit of a time crunch on this one now. So if we're going to go for Chinitsu, we need to possibly do this now. Yeah, we're going to go for Chinitsu. We can still call the last one so. Waiting on the green dragon is not ideal, but we can change it up for any Sozu tile. And 9-so is what we... wow, actually 9-so isn't necessarily what we want. That puts us into a lone 6, but... yeah, drawing another green would probably be the... maybe not. Yeah, there's a lot we need. That's not it. West is fine. West actually might... it's a hell weight West if we get a 1-so at any point now, but... and Honitsu Tudora would be fine. But a safe discard for the last one as well, so... So might go with Izumo away. Don't Khan. Go into the West only. So, Hellweight on the last West. If we draw the 4, we can Khan. But if we draw the 4, I'm more inclined to just go... actually, no. Yeah, if I draw 4, I can still Khan. I don't think there's a situation here unless I get a... oh, god darn it! Alright, if we draw 5, I think at that point we can cut the West and go for it, because then we're into a 5-8 weight, which isn't necessarily dead. Cheering second in priority in the early game. I like it. We'd have won twice if we'd got rid of this West. Actually, in fairness, we wouldn't have won with a 2 pin, but you know, we'd have got a completed hand, but we wouldn't have won with it. West should come out of people's hands though if somebody gets it. Alright, Debbie's on Tanya. One safe to Debbie. Again, Tanya we're assuming, but it means a West we can play, and actually that might be what wins it for us. We get a safe tile of somebody else here.
Riichi.
Take the no calls off for the moment. Actually, could have been. Ooh. Shinitsu on the 6. West is a safe tile. Let's go for it. Shinitsu, 6-so. 6-so is also safe to Rigadan. I mean, it's unlikely, but this is a good snipe if this works. A-pin was not safe. And he had that anyway. Okay, so that was dead, but we needed to play safe, and at least we had the we optimized our chances, I think, with that hand. I think 4 was also safe, so that could have potentially opened. No, it wouldn't, because we'd have called it. We wouldn't have been able to count until the next turn. Okay, well, we had a shot at something there. We're still... Well, we're now in third. We've gone up. We're out of position. 8 Mungan down is not something we need to worry about right this second. Pair of Souths. Couple of bonus dragons. Let's see what we can do. Both of them being discarded. Oh well. We'll float up north and hope we can draw another one. Yeah, we'd have won if we'd have kept the dragon, though. That's the thing. Although it was a for a 10 weight, and it's still not a good one, given that we had the Dora. It would have been a bad weight in either case, and the hell weight that isn't for a 10 is going to be better than the hell weight that is. So maybe we just should not be going on hell weights. Maybe that's the answer. But again, it was a safe tile at the end. We were able to upgrade the Shinitsu, which was the dream. We'll put it back on top. Let's just see what we can do here. So we've got a pair of Souths. I think I'm going to play the 7 right now. It's a more dangerous tile. Everything else is kind of related. We can still draw another white dragon, which helps us out a great deal. We do have 3 pairs, although the 9s have just become provably... Yeah, the 9 I'm not considering as much of a pair here. Who knows? Actually, I could have kept that 7 because I've got 5, 6, 7 Centrifuge. Yeah. I mean, it was still a long way from it anyway. And what is with all of these? Alright, white dragon goes. So we've got a bunch of things we can fill in. We know a 3, 4, 5 Sanchiku, potentially, and 3 pairs, one of which we can definitely get rid of. Well, I say definitely. There's always the possibility that somebody will wait a minute, but 2 7s have gone as well. We got a 3rd. We'll see another one. We're pretty much guaranteed that's safe. Only thing would be a Kokushi attempt, and nobody's going for it. Not unless Prospero has done some early pairs. Who knows? Oh god, that's just... I hate this type of hand, I've got to be honest. Alright, we're going to cut that, because we need to cut a pair anyway. Oh, it's always awkward. Well, we got 1. I guess we're using South for our pairs now, so we've got them as safe tiles. We'll have South for pair, and we'll see if we can actually fill in some of these Kanchan weights. Kanchan? I forget what these are called. I was never up on my Mahjong terminology anyway, so who knows. Alright, 5 we're going to play now. It's in mid-game now, so we need to be bold with risky tiles if we're going to play them. That one passed. Next difficult one's going to be the 3 7 So, especially as Prospero hasn't played any. Again, hoping to get 4s on both sides here, because that would be potentially giving us a Sanchiku, which gives us Mungan chances. That's less than ideal. So I think we actually get rid of the 2 here. I mean, there's an argument that it might be better to keep that over this, because we still get rid of 5 7 maybe, but we'll go with what we're going for. I think ultimately we're just folding out of this. Pinzu are thankfully quite cheap on this board, so we've got escape plans. Oh. Alright, Sanchiku, potentially. Reach, Pinzu, Sanchiku, ideally if we get this, would give us Mungan, because that's a Dora as well. Come on, Forso. Not ideal, but we can reach on the Dora with a Suji trap.
Riichi だよ.
Reach Dora 1. Not the best, but I'm hoping I can force some folds here. Yo's in the lead as well. Okay, forget that plan. Dora's not coming out of either hand. I mean, maybe it would have done it against me if somebody was desperate for a CG. Play the other side of that octave. Both sides are if clear. You can play Dora against it. You couldn't play Dora against Prospero though. That 5 is absolute the only Sozu he's played right there. So yeah. Unless I get extremely fortunate. He might not be a 1-4 weight though. The 1 went, so maybe 4 is safe against him. I wouldn't have imagined it was though. Still, pick up the draw, hopefully. 2 more discards to navigate. And Sumi. Oh, no, that was Rigadon. Well, we navigated that, and it looks as if we're just going to get a draw here. So a bit of a bluff.
先輩だよ
Bit of a bluff from both of us, actually, although he had a 7 pairs hand. So he had a bit more value behind his. Although 7 pairs with no Dora, I suppose it's still free harm. Either way, not too upset with that. Move the game on. And let's see what we can do with this. A little bit awkward on the Manzi side, but we might be able to fill it in as we get rid of the Pinsy side. We at least have a dragon we can attack with. 6,000 down. Game is very much on. Not going to take this. My hand's too awkward to take this right now. Admittingly, this is a take to become dealer, which is something I normally like to prioritize, but this is not a great hand for it. We're up to 4 pairs as well. So maybe we're going for a pairs thing. No, we'll see. If we get 5 relatively quickly, then I think we are doing that. If not, we might just be looking for... okay. We might be looking for Toy Toy instead then. Toy Toy with Dragon back up is something I'll occasionally go for. And the 1-man's potentially... we can potentially get the 1-man. 4 is a little awkward, so we'll hope to draw into that. Let's go play some more Sozu. Then I drop a sequence. Yep. Unfortunately, that sort of thing happens. Well, I guess we're playing 2 at this point. Setup is a little different at the moment. I had to basically remake it from scratch, so yeah. Also, this is a much more sensible place to have the webcam, in terms of not blocking things off. So we get to see anything that Prospero calls, and also during the end sequence I'm not covering up the winning tile. Hello Aegon, how are we doing? Yeah. That might be greed. I'm gonna consider this angle here. So we've already we discarded one. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I should go. That was a mistake. I should just get rid of that. So I was thinking Toy Toy anyway, but I suddenly had to look and thought, maybe I can make a certain impossible hand work. No. We're up against the Riichi anyway, so discarding our safe tile before the Riichi is not necessarily a great plan. We're going to play the 1. We got 2 reds we can also play for safety if we want to. Not sure about anything else going on here, but we'll see. Actually, 8 we can play now. If we can get 8-9 out, that'd be awesome. We played a risky 7. Didn't deal in with it though. This is live. Basically, the rules are you're allowed to ask me questions about what I've played, as long as it's obvious to the table. If you're in the game with me, you must be muted, but you are allowed to talk in the chat. Because of that, I'd like you to not reveal specifics about my hand if you can avoid it. But if you can answer a question that I can answer verbally, I will do so. So, for example, why did I discard that 8, then the 9, for example? That's a perfectly valid question you could ask me. Or you could ask me stuff about the hand previously, but my memory is notoriously bad for details. I'm just going to warn you of that. Just as long as you don't give away any specifics about my hand, that's fine. And yeah, if you want to get into the game, you are more than welcome to. Or if you just want to observe and try and learn the game, that is perfectly fine too. Also, be aware that there is a second game going on, which is why Cairo is discussing something that's happening that isn't related to this game. There are 2 games going on, both of them use the same chat. Anyway, we're just trying to avoid this Riichi at this point. We've got plenty of safe tiles to do it. Unfortunately, our hand is a bit far away to actually get to anything. However, it's possible. We could potentially... if the 5 ever becomes safe, we might... it's risky. 2-2-2. Free's also played. That
No.
That's it.
これだ
it happens. Oh, there's shiny stuff in that hand.
ドラドラ
Reached into Dora. He's a Mangan.
マンガン
Might be securing him the game at that point. 39. Into, I guess we're only into South, actually. It's not the end of the world, but we've actually got ourselves in the second, having not done a lot. Alright, we need to do something this hand, though, if we can. West to begin. So, one Dora, Dragon available. We're a dealer. We're going to call that Dragon. We're also a dealer who needs to chase some points here. We are, what? 16-5 down. Mungan Sumo isn't quite enough to overhaul him, but it would get us really close. We're not going to Mungan Sumo with this hand, I don't think, not unless we get extremely lucky and draw a bunch of ones. Or can somehow make this Honitsu. I'm going to keep the other Dragon for the time being, because it's probably going to be safe, and I think that's going to be a riskier tile later. I'll feed Panini, I can trash talk too. Indeed you can, Debbie. Alright, 2 whites are gone, that means that is a perfectly safe tile. We will get rid of that when we need to. That's unfortunate. But again, we had isolated 7. Isolated 6 is about the same value in terms of things, so... We can call it 2 so if Debbie ever plays one. And she does play the Dora very early. So I'm wondering if Debbie's going on to a half flush or something. We'll play that now. So 8 improves the hand, puts us half away. Aegon is queued up. He's the only person queued up currently because we're up to 9. But Aegon is queued up for a game. The 10th Dan Master has returned. That is a great draw. So what do we do here? We get rid of white. So most likely, if we complete either of these sequences now, we just cut 6 and we're waiting for the other one. Demo. Okay, so Aegon and Demo currently. We'd like to obviously get the 2... Well, I'd like to get the 2 so because I think this is a more likely thing to come out of people's hands, but we'll see. Oh, can we? No, we can't. Well, I was half debating doing something weird with it, but... Oh, that might be better. Hold on. So... That means we could call the 1, go into that, do that as well. Or do we just cut the 3 here? I don't know if this improves our stake at all. Okay, I'm not going to take it for the moment. I think actually, if I have more time to think about it, I think that's a better discard there. Get rid of a 9. That gives us the ability to accept more tiles into our hand. So that was probably correct. We're also running out. We've also run ourselves out of thinking time, but I hope this isn't a thinking hand particularly. This is our dealer turn, so we need to be aggressive with this if we can. And hopefully long pause will put some people on notice, I guess. Maybe. 2 Doras played. The other side of the coin is that we of course draw another Dora, but it's time for people to witness the greatness of me. That was a wrong decision based on percentages, I think, because currently I can only accept an 8-pin. I can accept a 5-pin as well, actually. So 8, 5, and a 2 so are the only things I can have. Ooh. Dora. What do we get? Please give me Dora free. That'd be lovely. Nope. Not for the 6. We've got to worry about Debbie a little bit. 6 is safer than it should be because all the 5s are down. But now we've got to worry about things. So we're still in a situation of 5, 8, and 2 so needed. Or 5-pin. 2 doesn't give us anything. Nope. Again, we could try and percentage that, and if we'd have kept the 3 earlier, that would have actually done it, because we'd then been... Well, actually, we'd have still been waiting on 2. Wouldn't have got there. Yeah, so this is where the disadvantage comes in now. We've got this player in the lead pressuring. He's probably got a cheap hand, but we've got to now risk everything in the face of that. And he doesn't look as if a 6-pin is going to pass him. Oh, maybe it will. Suji. So basically, because most weights are two-sided, we assume that if one tile is on one side is safe, he doesn't want the other side. However, that's not a guaranteed thing in the slightest. He actually wanted a 1-pin. So, okay. We knew it was a cheap hand because he wants to obviously prevent any comebacks here, so he's going to go cheap hands and try and just close the game out. Now he's got enough of a lead. I've now lost my best opportunity to get any major points, so I need a genuinely good hand and probably a direct hit. 17-8. So Mungan is 8,000 points for non-dealer, so direct hit puts me within range. Otherwise, I need to go to Hanuman, which is 6. 6 Han, I mean. Yeah, this is going to be awkward. What that did do is it did help us in the battle for second, which we are just ahead of, but not by a good margin. We can deal into a 3 Han hand and just lose it instantly. South has been played. We're going to hold off on it though. Use the more risky time now. Hope to get Dragon and Dora. If we can get South as well, then we've got a possibility of upgrading this even further, but we need to draw that second South to really have a shot at massively upgrading this hand. Drawing a 6 would be fine actually, so that'll give us Dragon 2 Dora. So 3 Han, so about 5,200 points depending on the exact shape at the end of it. Direct hit for 5-2 would give us a chance. Not ideal, but it would give us a chance. So I think that's what we've got to aim for here in terms of the game state. Again, risking the 7 now because otherwise it's going to be more dangerous later. For South, we've got an indicator that okay, South is safe. So we'll probably hold on to South now until we absolutely have to get rid of it for efficiency reasons. That's unfortunate. So again, that 7 has backfired on me as well. It happens. I think we will also take this hand open at the moment as well, even if it's just going to be a 2,000 point hand for Dragon and 1. Because we're kind of in a position where we'd like to just pick up quick wins and try and gap Prospero and Debbie a little bit. I'm wondering if we could go for Honitsu here. Or is that just going to be too much greed? We're giving up 1 Dora for 2 Han open Honitsu, so that is an upgrade to 3 Han again. If we draw a pair of Souths, I think we will go for Honitsu. Almost irrespective of anything else. That, though, makes us more likely to go for this shape. We're also at the point where we want to discard the South with our next upgrade. So potentially into a 5-8 weight, ideally, if we get that away, but 2 to go. And Green Dragon is one of the ones needed, and I'm noticing it's not come out from anybody else at this point. So I'm thinking that either somebody's got a pair of them or somebody's just holding on to it. It's possible they haven't been drawn, of course.
Riichi.
Okay, Rigadon is unfortunately pressing his advantage, which... I mean, I'm no longer dealer, so this Sumo has actually helped me more than hinder me in the battle for second, but it's not ideal. But yeah, he's just managed to outspeed us this game. And that all but secures the Green Dragon is not coming out. Second Reach, though, is a problem, if that's a deal in. Is Prospero's grandstanding? No. Well, we know South is safe against all of them, so that's our next discard. Oh, this is tricky. We don't have... Actually, we've got 2 pin that we know is safe. Oh, geez. Well, I think we played 2 pin here. Even though we had an option of going for this hand, I don't think it's a good option. So we're following it up with 9 pin, most likely. He's safe on that side. That was pre-reach, though. Is a Suji. I prefer the other 9. Okay, proper. That is unfortunate. That puts us in the 3rd. Heal Mungan. So that's the exact wrong event, really. That's what we needed on our chance. So Prospero now has a chance of attacking back into the game. Meanwhile, we are Mungan plus down. Okay. So we might be going heavy on this one, going North Honitsu. If we go North Honitsu Itsu, that gives us Mungan, and that potentially puts us 8,000 closer, puts us in with a shot. Rigadon is obviously going to go for speed above all else here. Prospero is going to go for any hand he can win at this point, so we've got to hope that we get the right kind of tiles here. But I think we're just going to go straight for it. Itsu, Honitsu, North. Ooh, okay. Dora. That complicates things a little bit, but I think this is still the way to go. We also should have played 7 rather than 9. Again, these are all risky tiles, but we want to get rid of them now. We're probably going to have to hold on to West regardless of anything at this point. East does nothing, but I'd rather get rid of the middle tiles. Alright, East is fine. If we get Itsu, Honitsu, North, Dora, Dora, Hanneman, 12,000 plus bonuses. We overhaul Prospero with a sumo. Well, we're going to force that decision again. I mean, this feels good. All bits open at this point. We take that. North, Itsu, Honitsu. 1 away. Although, missingly, the Itsu part of it's going to rely on us drawing a 9 and just being on that side of it later, but drawing a West would be amazing right now if we could do it. Come on, West. 5-pin. Come on, West, one time. One time, West. We do have door 2, actually. This is worth noticing. So God damn it. Alright. Alright, what's our option here, then? Play East. Ishanten. Honitsu, Sha. Honitsu North. Dora Dora.
Chi.
And we can call a 6, we can call a 9 to get into Senpai. 4. Does that do anything for us? No, unfortunately. 3-pin. Oh, that's terrible. We're going to have to play it. I've got nothing to lose by trying at this point. If Debbie wins, I fall to last. Okay, so we have another game about to start. I think Aegon, Demo, and Piffle's currently queued up.
Pump.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that, but I think that's the lesser of 2 evils at this point.
Pump.
Naked Weight, Dragon Dora. It must be on a West Way. That's the only thing you'd be waiting on right now. West or Dora. Alright, Solar, Piffles, Demo, Aegon, you are about to start a game. Good luck. She. So we draw 5, 6, 7. Shall wait. So Honitsu, North, Dora, Dora, Dora. Hanneman. He won't play a West. Although he has played a West. No, he will play West if he gets one. Ah, Debbie gets the win. I'm getting in last. Darn it. Ah, that's our Hanneman chance missed. Oh, it's only 2 Han. It's only 2 Han. We're still there at the moment. But, that was our chance. Hanneman hands are not that common. 39 is the gap. Hanneman Sumo would actually put us in the lead at this point. But we need to draw 9s. And Rigdon has just got the dealer start. Well, how do we make this Hanneman? Keep drawing Manzu, get to Chinitsu. It's the only thing that's come to mind at this point. So, I mean, a hand we're 6 away from. Oh, 7 away from. Go for it. Why not? I mean, there are other ways this could work for us, but I don't feel it's going to. In many cases, we should probably try and cut our losses and try and do some 2 hands. 2 wins would probably be better than just trying to force a Hanneman out of this somehow, but... Oh, dear. Well, we'll see what comes out. We obviously can only work with the tiles we're given. And we've been given another shot at Honitsu again. So, thinking Magical Dreamland here. Honitsu, Toy Toy, Shun, Mangan. But that is Magical Christmas Land thinking, so let's see what happens.
Chi.
Against 2 calls though, we're never gonna be out. We're never gonna be fast enough. Also, it's one of our 2's gone. And one of our reds. So this is an extremely unlikely event. And I'm just the good news is I know he's on a Honitsu, I think, based on everything, but same Honitsu I'm on, which unfortunately means we're competing for the same tiles, and that's probably going to cause problems. Still, at this point, any win to secure 3rd, I guess. We'll still try for Honitsu Toy Toy, because, you know, it's Mangan, and it's our easiest route into Mangan at the moment.
Pom.
Okay, so East only. Always a possibility, but this is why we played the 4 first. Yeah, at the moment. And I'm running out of chances. I missed a Hanneman last hand, unfortunately, which was my comeback. It's just not working at the moment. And while, yeah, I could have kept that for efficiency's sake, and I've got other things I need to get rid of, I mean, it's 3 calls. I think it's 5 calls, actually, come to that. I also missed a Mangan very early in the game. Okay. It's not the worst, I guess. Alright, well, we see most of the chance of that being safe, but we'll see. Well, somebody wants it. Prospero? Nope. I mean, at this point, I'll just take a Dragon Honitsu. That helps. You can go to a naked wait for something. It could happen. We still got the East we can just play for absolute safety, which I'm just holding on to for dear life at this point. Okay, so we have Kyril and Oro currently in the chat, but this game is likely to end soon anyway, so we'll see. Let's play West. Alright, we got a shot at this. It's not a likely shot, but it's a shot. The one low Manzu we don't care about. There's only 1-2 left as well, actually, come to that. Hatsu's live. That probably does it for us, I've got to be honest. Well, that helps us on the battle for that. Rio's just extended the game a little bit, but actually he does need the wins. He's not clear enough of Prospero at this point, but it gives us another shot. So are we still in Hanneman Sumo range with him as dealer? Technically, yes. We take 6,000 points from him. This, though, is not going to be a Hanneman at this point, and Prospero is going to start attacking to try and secure 2nd. Actually, he can still go for the win here. What can we do? Well, Para West is helpful. We've got Yakuhai here. So, West Yakuhai, Khan, maybe? You know. We're up against a quick hand, though. We got Chanter as a possibility, actually, which I guess I should be considering. So yeah, we're going to cut the 8 over the... I guess the 8 is still a Chanter thing, but... I've got to consider it, because if we can go Reach, Chanta, Dora. With West, that's Mahjong. Problem is, with us playing middle tiles, we're probably just going to, accelerate Prospero into just forcing a quick, cheap hand here. So Prospero has to be tempo with that. Yeah, this is tricky. The only way we can get any value out of this is by canning and getting lucky at this point now. Is this a complete...
Huh?
Alright. Decisions have been made that I don't agree with, but well, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. We can make the 5 pass, which is a big if, given we're in a tight battle for third. But open chance is not worth anything. It's worth the same as Adora. No, that's not going to work.
Huh?
Don't ask. I had Tempai, I'm not taking it though. We're going to try and Toy this as well. West, Toy, Dora, I guess. Okay. To be fair, that was not a likely event, but we have secured third with that. Unfortunately, I think that also ends any chance we had of this. Okay. So, yeah, that was kind of running out of options with that. I didn't make the correct one in any case, but I don't think it would have mattered, although admittedly there would have been different draws. So, Alright, so in order to actually win now, we need to hit Byman. Yeah, I guess there was truth to that, but I don't know. I'm always trying to aim high if I can. Which is a problem, but, you know, a problem I'm aware of. Because part of me says I should have called that 1-so, actually. The 1 pin there, just on things. But we'll see. We can double south. We can double south and see how this goes. I mean, double west is almost double south. Unfortunately, Prospero is also the wrong dealer at the moment for terms of forcing this into west. Yeah, it's a little tricky, this one. Probably not. Given that all honors and terminals is only 2, unless you absolutely mean the Yakuman version of that, which is just insane. I don't need a Yakuman, that's the thing. I can potentially do this with Khans and going up for Byman. If this becomes a Khan heavy game, Byman is a possibility. But that's usually reliant on other people. I could also still Honitsu this as well, which is where I'm currently looking for things. We could also shortcut to Hanneman by getting 7 pairs, Door 2. Well, I mean, this isn't a good hand, but we got... if we draw the Friso, we got Ipeiko, Dora 1. Actually, isn't all that good in terms of what we need, but it does secure us a position. Because the worst thing for us now is for Debbie to start winning, because then we just fall to last. No point in calling west. We'd change west to south in a heartbeat if we got a chance. Ooh, interesting. Is south safe? No. Because this gives us a marginal shot at this, but we're going to try and make South Pass first.
ポン
Oh, thanks, Alan. Okay, so my only realistic shot at any, and it's not a realistic shot, is to somehow pull off a Ryan Peiko from this. Ryan Peiko, 2 Dora, Reach, and get 2 Ura gets us to Baiman, and I think that is our only shot at pulling off an upset. But I need 3 specific tiles. They are, actually. We're going to go for this hand because I don't feel there is a reason not to. Oh, Debbie's giving us another draw. How many 8s are left, actually, come to that? 1. Alright, hell wait on the 8 then. 7 pairs is still back in the... Alright, we're gonna aim for 7 pairs then. So, yeah. This is best option that we got left. 7 pairs Hanneman. Hope for another 2 Ura and see what happens. Hope for 2 Ura and see what happens. I would have loved to get Ryan Peiko here because it would have been absolutely poetic, but you know. This guy to 5. Gotta play it. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I've got to go for this because this at least gives us a shot at things. We can get a direct hit for second. And also it's slightly quicker than what we were doing. Oh yeah, that's safe at least to Debbie. Or even getting another south would be lovely because then can't... Actually, would he can't? No, he wouldn't. Monster dealing?
チ
Not quite. I'm not going to take that. Ah, come on! It doesn't feel like it's going to happen. I've been wrong before, though. 3 pin, 8 man, 7 man. Come on. Thankfully, they're safe in multiple directions. Well, safe in one direction and probably safe in the other. There are 3 pins out. There is a style. Hit. What did he get? Honitsu. Nope. That and the which is enough to just secure the game. Well, I mean, we didn't do a lot that game, I've got to be honest, but we also didn't do a lot that game.
楽勝楽勝
17-2, negative, which is unfortunate. How did the other game go anyway? Kara won, so he's definitely taking the lead of things. Anyway, I'm going to queue up and let's go for another one. So Oro, Rigadan, myself currently. And we'll probably take one person who wasn't in the game I was just in. So one person who wasn't in the game currently. We'll add either Prospero or Debbie depending, but we are in the mood to try and change things up. And Rigadan got there first. Yeah, Carol's on a massive win streak then, with that result if he got the win there. Not dead yet. Hooray! We always like to hear that people aren't dead. Oh, okay. The chat is being weird on me at the moment. I don't know if it's reflecting in that or not. No, it's doing that thing. Okay, that's fine. Oh, dear. Well, we'll give it a few moments. Otherwise, I will put one of Prospero Combat Debbie back into the game. But we'll see. Give it another 10 seconds or so. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you reach in this rule set? If you have 1,000 points, you may reach. If you don't have 1,000 points, you may not. Because you bottom out at because you bust out at 0, you can't reach if you don't have 1,000 points. All right. Odds Prospero, evens Debbie. I roll a 9. Rat. Oh dear. Not dead yet. Oh, Carol. Okay. I was just about to start, but actually Carol's here now. So I'm going to throw Carol into a game with me. Because, again, trying to make games that are different than... So I'm not playing the same people all the time. Okay. We have 2 people currently queued up, Prospero and Tamar Debbie, for another game. But for the moment, I've got to try and steal some points back off Carol, I think. If we can. It's a tall order at the moment. And also we have Oro joining us. Alright, middle 5 so, and... I was trying to steal my luck, I just realised. You did say you were jamming it, but you also started. Given that we got 2 early calls, and don't worry, I don't feel confident about playing the East right now. Also, it helps us towards a Honitsu plan. Yeah, fair enough. It was worth getting rid of those early, but I can take a simple 2 hit. 2,000, move the game on. Okay, this is looking interesting. Well, if you're admitting that, you probably just admitted what your weight is, but... Well, we'll see what we can do with this, but this is looking quite good. I'm not going to call out this yet, actually. I'm going to play the 5s out, though. And see what we can do with the rest of this, but... Ooh, pair of Easts. Alright, so Honitsu now is very much on the cards. Ah, I see. Okay. 7 pairs Honitsu. Dora. I mean, this is kind of a ridiculous hand, actually. One man, 4 man. Obvious Honitsu is obvious, but you know. Oh, damn it. I got my 1 man and the red dragon's just gone. I mean, it's an awkward position to be in, but this is definitely the best value hand I'm going to get for a while. Options. Because we could swap this entirely and go for Toy Honitsu Dora. Which is definitely going to be our backup plan if we get one more shot at this. Especially with all the 1s disappearing.
Riichi da yo.
Riichi Honitsu, 7 pairs. Dora. Hanneman. Before anything at this point. 7 played. 1 of 7 are both fine. Is 4 fine? Good question. Let's find out. Oh, to be fair, I've got nothing else to do at this point. Is just sit around and wait for time to draw it or deal in. Simo would be fine. Simo would be preferable, I think. Simo would give us 7. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a difference. We get 2 error, we get Byman anyway, so... I'd love to get Kyril back, of course, but, you know, it's just... He won't. Kyril is not likely to play a 4 in this position. Even with the double Suji trap. Basically, if you have less than 1,000 points, you can't reach. Which is fine. I'm happy to take the draw here because this also equalizes things a bit. But we still have a shot. 2 more draws. And yeah, we're given enough safe tiles here, so I doubt this is going to come up with anybody else. It's just whether we get that 4 or not. Which might not even be possible. Oh, call that, please. I was hoping for one. I was hoping for a call. Oh, we have the Haite. Haite, no. No Haite for me. But a bit of a monster hand available. And hey, we put ourselves back to even. We'll take it. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, so you can't reach in the final round if you're not going to get another draw. You're also not allowed to call tiles on the last discard unless you win with it, so... various things about neatness. Alright, so this is probably looking like a Tanya attack here. No, I think it's 4. I think it's only the last draws. I'm going to put out the 1-3 here. We're probably going to get rid of this 1 at some point anyway, but there's a chance because we could add the 4 into this hand that we don't. Still not dead. Good to hear. I'll play East on that. It is our dealer turn, so we should probably be a little more aggressive. I was looking towards the speed side here just to get the Hanum enough. Sorry, the Finfu nonsense up. Ah, that is annoying. Oh well. Debbie attacks, even game with an off wind. We're going to keep that. So we could still cut 1, cut green and go for that, I guess.
G.
Yeah, we're going for Tanyo now. And at least put some pressure on people. Okay, I'm going to put pressure on Debbie, unfortunately. That might, but we'll see. Okay, problems. We've overplayed this. Got done it, all the 4 men are gone, and that's what we needed. Oh, we're in trouble. How the heck do we make this work? So we need 4-man or we need 4-pin. Then we're waiting on the other one. Could have played safe. Should have played safe. Go from Debbie.
G.
Well, we've gone aggressive here, but we have a 4-7 weight now. Oh, God darn it, no. Tile of Death. I was about to say, thankfully it's second reach, but Charles was able to pick up the 7 pairs win. Which, given all the madness going on, probably correct. So that's 6 outs on our end, though. Just a bit of a mad ball attack, that one. Alright, 1 Dora, Tanya available, East 4. Let's just kick Kyril off that dealer seat as fast as possible. Yeah, some madness happened there. And that may have been arguably a bad card, but I was hoping to, you know, get the table to, I don't know, play around me a little bit, which didn't entirely happen, although Kyril might have done. Okay, so we're looking at just Tanpin here. 1 south, both easy plays, and then hopefully just connecting this door into it somehow. Wouldn't mind drawing a pair of them, obviously, but... Riichi, Pinfu, Dora would be fine for right this second. Pair of 1s, so that gives us Riichi, Pinfu. We draw a 7, that's our ideal shape there, so Riichi, Pinfu, Dora 1. Waiting on the 5-8. Otherwise we're waiting on the Dora indicator, which is never a thing you want to be doing. Hey, Talon. Yep, doing okay. Interesting. I don't get any benefit from keeping that. But there's obviously we have the card potential here, but really we need that for a pair anyway, so. Come on, 7 so. Go that way around a bit, because I think this might actually be okay for us here. If we can... No, there's no way we can get down to Sand Skew, unfortunately. 9 gives us no benefit. We'll still be winning the same tile anyway, so... We'll reach it. The 7's not coming out of anybody, but... we'll have a go anyway, see what happens. Reach or 2. Oh, Laura's disconnected. Oh, hold on. Hold on. So he made a face and disconnected. I mean, was it that bad? Was it that bad? I don't know. Right, restoring. Counter reach. No, actually he's got a better weight than I do. But at least you're safe for the start of it, so we'll see. Nothing I can do now anyway, we're on this roller coaster for the moment, but at least Kara won't be dealer after this, we hope. There. Yeah, that was one of the last stars that was potentially dodgy if it was connected to Vitali reached with, but... I was pausing, so he's got something. Something considering anyway, which might be the 7. Or the 8. I don't play either of them against us based on our boards, but okay. 3rd reach. I'd say it's a good time for Sumo right now. 7 so. Won't be played. Well, overplayed except by accident. I almost got the win. That's. Didn't have what I was after, but you know. What that does do is it. Well, given I have a 200-point gap, it secures me against 4th place, is what it does. But it doesn't do what I wanted. Anyway. Anyway, 18-9 is the gap to knock the dealer down. We've had some really good... We've had some good hands here, but we'll see. Nothing that's come together. Still in the east as well, so the south doesn't help us a great deal. I wish this was Hanneman already. Hanneman right now, bright with Dr. Orders. Carol's also played a couple of, well, the 8's not a middle tile, but... Okay, that's a little concerning, but we'll see what he's doing with that.
ち
Nope, not sure. Keep on with the 4 then. Scar's probably just pushing on a bonus tile of some sort. Probably could be red, could be green. We have a possible Itsu on. You know how I feel about possible Itsus. Immediately draw another white. Yeah, the jam is not flowing. Well, it is for Chiral, but you know, he stole my avatar, so it's all good. Yeah, this is the problem. I think this is going to be the tile that heals in at the moment. Oh, okay. Well, that's useful. Come on, 4 or 8 so here would be awesome. 4-pin's not bad. 4-pin gives us the possibility of going into Itsu Pinfu. We draw the 8 so. 8 man rather. Don't give me the 8 so now. 8 man for a Reach and possible Itsu.
リーチだよ
Reach, possible Itsu. Reach Itsu Dora 1, Pinfu. This is a good hand. Ipatsu. One time? No, not quite. Well, I mean... What are the odds Chiral's going to push a 4-man against us? Probably not high. Three's risky against what I'm doing, so Chiral's got to be on it. And he might be on the same weight as us, thinking about that then. 147 octaves, what he's got left. Maybe he's just dumping his Manzu. Well, of course, 6 and 5 follow what Oro is doing, so Oro is the one taking the gamble right now. He's just helping Chiral out. Come on, possible Itsu, one time. Alright, didn't get the possible Itsu, did get the Reach Pinfu Dora though.
リーチツモピンフドラ
So we'll take the 5-2. Give ourselves that buffer. Didn't get the Itsu, unfortunately, but the Sumo will absolutely do right now. Means that technically now I am in a game with Chiral. 10,000 down. And he's no longer dealer. South round them. They always... They're always possible. Ah, dear. Alright. Let's go 9 first. So I think here we're just looking to Tanyo. Yeah, so let's push the dragons here and see what happens. Yeah, we'll go dragon push here. So Tanyo is definitely the better thing for us to be going for right now. this time. We could upgrade this to Honitsu. Oh, also, we have another game that we can start here. So, Prospero, Debbie, Demo, and Piffle's currently going to start up a game. Let me just make sure you're all ready. Oh boy. Do we greed monster this? Do we greed monster this? Alright. Game starting up. This is greed monstering of the highest order. But we'll see. Have a little bit of momentum and we might be able to force this. I want to get rid of the free now because it's going to be dangerous if you hold on to it. And we're fairly certain the red's going to be fine. Yeah, so this probably wasn't a good decision. That helps it though. Okay. I'm going to keep quiet about what else this might be, but I don't think it is. But a second triplet always helps. No red safe. We now know we're at E Shanten. Tenpai 147. An irregular 147, but to be true. We draw a 7. We actually no, we don't see why I get with this. Darn it. Oh well, Honitsu white anyway. And of course we can Khan. Well, we at least Khan the 8.
Riichi だよ。
Darn it. Can't be winning on that 9.
Run!
Yeah. Had to stay with it. That is downflow of a good order, sir. Not going to argue with that one. Also, did you not have a single honor? Hold on, I need to check that back. I need to check that back, because I've got an odd feeling that there weren't a single honor tile played in that game you could have called. Otherwise, you almost certainly would have done. Anyway, so we're hanging back in 3rd place, miles behind Kyrol. Let's just sit here and allow him to take his victory. Not going to take that for the moment. We have a dealer turn coming up. Yeah, we had a good wait though. That's the thing. All right, we're gonna actually. I don't want to force Honitsu again, but this is clearly our best shot. We double south dragon. It is clearly our best shot to go for this hand right now. Early signaling, of course, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just tilt play it. I'm tilting at the moment. I know I am, but it's fine. We're still going to go with it. Alright, no worries, Mono. Thanks for joining us. Skip the first one. We'll take the second, but we're skipping the first one for the moment. We have that to worry about. Ooh, double south. mean, I'm not worried about that particularly. I'm just looking at... I'm always looking at the comeback, don't worry. This is not a doom situation by any means. It's just a tricky one.
Pom.
Possible Itsu. Itsu South Red would be fine, but I'll take whatever comes at this point. Itsu, Honitsu, Reach, double South is Baiman. We get either of these Baiman. One.
つむ
I don't think I get Ipatsu for it because of the Khan, but that is a monster.
リーチつもなんラブナン一通本一ドラ
10.
バイマン
Urgh. One shy. Well, it wouldn't have caught up, but dear God. Alright, let's go. We believe in the jam flow right now because look at what we've been gifted with here. This is the hand to tilt out on.
チ
Pom.
We have double Yakuhai, so I'm not afraid to go for this. The greed monster is calling, but I think Itsu no longer is possible. It's real. It was confirmed before he reached as well. Alright, we might go with the lower hand here, but we'll see. We get a chance to get the Itsu though.
ポン
Nope. No, the greed monster has struck. South Honitsu, Itsu. Manga and Sumo behind, basically, yeah. That's why we're looking at it this way, because I think that is a comeback if I can pull this off now. Immediately, I've put myself into a really awkward position with this, but we could get it. Itsu also with the Honitsu in the south gives us Manga. But this might be considered overplaying. But at least everybody else has got to worry about what I'm doing now. Which might slow them up. 7 being safe here might actually be good for us.
チ
Tenpai. Who wants to give me another Itsu? We always believe in the damage, because currently it's working. Come on, give me a 2, man. I mean, to be fair, I don't sumo with it, so it's just South Honitsu thing, but that's still Manga.
Non.
Darn it! That might be game. Yeah, Chidora.
Dora. Dora.
Darn it, you denied... Oh, actually, maybe. Maybe. Okay, I've not been denied the chance, but... Oh, that makes it awkward now. South 4. Chiral Dealer. I need a Hanneman out of this hand. 1 Dora. It's going to be tricky, this one. Not impossible, but it's going to be tricky. I consider Chiral's not going to give me things direct, but... Okay. The hand's coming quickly, but it's not valuable enough, which is a problem. And Chiral, of course, will attack anything because he just needs to secure the game.
Chi.
In fact, everybody's in that mindset at the moment. This Rigan has a monster. I don't think I need to worry about that. What I need is to draw a couple of 1-sos and start canning. Draw 2. Alright, let's get rid of the 1-2. This is true, but since he's opened it up and he doesn't have a Dora showing, I think I'm probably safe for that. Or safe-ish. Reach Pinfu Dora 2. And hope for the direct hit, I guess, is all I've got here. hope that Free or North gets card, maybe. Yeah, I think with the call, I think Rigadan is less likely to be able to catch me, but that's not a guarantee, of course. But I've got to consider him slightly safer. No card of the ones coming up. Yeah, pretty much. I need, because he's in Vidila seat, Hanneman's enough, but also starting to run out of winners. Oh, that's not great. Reach and 2. Reach 2, hope for free Urida is the only way I get to Hanneman from this. And I can't Karn it. Also, there's no freeze left. Riichi Patsu 6 and 9 on the reveal. I don't have a lot of options here, but I think this secures my position rather than... It secures second, which is what I'll take. Unless I hit Ura here. So nearly that could have happened twice. That would have been so good if it had happened twice. I've hit something. Is it? It's got to be a massive. Yeah, just Mungan. I needed it to be much more if it wasn't a direct hit or a CMO, but we'll take the nearly 40k out of that.
Yay!
14, which more or less undoes what it is last time, I think. When did I end of the first one? Nope, I lost about 3 points on the day. Yeah, I mean, the one was really annoying in contrast because it didn't. It meant I really had to hope for a free, and then obviously the Karn emphasizing things as that went on. Alright, I think I'm going to do some spectating for the moment. However, I am happy for another game to go on if we only have 3 in the queue. In the meantime, I'm going to watch whatever's going on in the other game. Okay, let's reveal up, and then I'm just going to make sure that I actually have everything configured correctly, because it's been a while since I've done this. Okay, so I'm not blocking any Vitals, which is why I put myself here, because I was less likely to block things. Okay, so we are following Debbie, because she is Vidila. Debbie also currently has the lead in East 2. Hitting a Mungan Sumo, I assume, at the start, and has actually just Sumo'd again. Nope, she hasn't, because she's called a 1. And he's about to... That is her own tile. That's not a deal. Yeah, so she's done the unfortunate thing here of calling a sequence which doesn't help her out. You needed the other side of this. By calling that, you've kind of put yourself out of a Tanya position. So basically no 1s, 9s for a legal hand. Otherwise, that would have been a fair dealer attack. That's probably also why she's now lost all her thinking time, because now she's had to try and reverse what she's done here. The only way to correct this would be... Yeah, with that many draws, she can't correct this. This is going to be Yakuza Senpai. Because the only option you'd have is to turn this into Sanshaku, or something like that. Yeah. Just don't try and attach it to Honitsu. Also, I went for so many single suit hands that game. It was kind of silly. Well, she can at least put herself back into Senpai again by starting the 8th, but she won't be in... Oh, okay. Fine. Well, Yakuza Senpai is the sort of thing you do when you're in the late game and you don't really have a lot else going on. So Prosper has reached on a pair weight, 5 West. Wests are out, 5s are also basically out because Piffles has them. So we can't do anything with that. 2 doesn't help. And a no turn, which is fair. You've had a big win, obviously, as a year at some point. So Yeah, but that's not the mad number. The hand does not exist. Just saying, the hand does not exist. If that's what you were attempting. If it's just incidental bad luck, then I feel for you. If that's what you were attempting, though, I don't. Alright, so Prosper is starting with a little bit of a mess, but Tudora, which is always a nice thing to have as dealer, if nothing else. Demo's hand looks a lot nicer. In fact, Demo's hand looks pretty good. Yeah, Demo is Ishanten. Yeah, I have no complaints with that. Absolutely. So Demo's probably going to win this hand. Debbie and Piffles, bit of a mess to clean up. So we're just going to watch Demo and see how he wins this. Yeah, not the worst draw you can make at that point. I mean, to be fair, he does need to fill in that close weight. Also, is Piffles going for a cock? No, I thought Piffles might be cockshing that initially, just racing his hand and what he had left, but that was just a terrible starting hand from him. Debbie, unfortunately, has a bit of a mess to clean up. She does have 2 completed sets, so it's not the worst hand in the world, but the rest of it is a bit unconnected. Prosper opening up pairs. Just thinking here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there was no way that was going to work as a cockshit attempt, but unfortunately, Bill's hand doesn't really have a chance of going anywhere else. Dem also has the option, of course, of calling the 4 and going for just the Tanya only to become dealer. So, or calling the 8s, possibly going into Tanya for the same reason. Meanwhile, Prospero picks up a pair of double bonus tiles, which gives him his 3rd pair. So, double ton 02. And is this going to be the 8 played? It is. So this is called for Tenpai for Demo. It doesn't take it. I think to become dealer, Tanya Dura 1 is fine, even if it's on a bad weight. But obviously he's looking towards Ipeiko, Pinfu, shenanigans. But given that it's on a closed 4 and you have less opportunity to draw that, I'd have probably gone for it. Especially given you can become dealer if you snag a win. But of course, a bigger hand will allow you to catch up to Debbie a bit more. But you know, I'd have taken the thing for that. Anyway, Storm 6 reaches, and I mean it's marginal upside, I suppose, being on that weight. But I think you'd have been better off going for Tanya rather than Reach. Still, you now have access to Urda and Ipatsu and things, so. And to be fair, Demo's hand is so much quicker than the other 3s right now, it's not fair. Alright, so Pibbles takes a tile, but it's a useful one. Prosper also has a 4 in his hand. The 4 is also Dora, which I didn't quite register, which might be why he's gone a little greedy on this, but still 2 he could draw. That's going to help them zero in on the 147 weight, if nothing else. Reach on the east, waiting on Green Dragon only, is that? It is Green Dragon only with 1 played. Not the worst thing in the world. But Prosper now has double ton, Ishanten. Prosper tends to overplay things, I think. But sometimes that is a good thing. Honestly, if you're in a hand, you have a chance of winning it. But I do feel he has a tendency to overplay hands in this sort of position. Mind you, it is his dealer turn. He has double ton 2 Dora, so that's Munga if he finishes this. But he's a little bit away from it though. You just need, I mean, admittedly, you need something to connect with his 5, and you can just discard the 6 and go. But the 6 isn't a guaranteed safe tile anywhere. Certainly not to Debbie. It's a half CG to Demo, and he's still going for it. So he's obviously not got folding on the mind in this position. And that is unfortunate, but Debbie then deals in with that. Disadvantage the single way. Could you have done anything better with that 1? I should have checked that out, actually. Couldn't have done anything with the 1. 9 wouldn't have helped. Keeping the 4 might have allowed her to be in a 4-7, but then she'd have started to throw a dragon, I guess. Single dragon weights aren't that great, but he might well be. It's my impression from him at times that he does tend to overplay things, but again, He wins a lot. He just loses a lot as well, which is why I have that kind of impression of it. Anyway, we should be following the dealer. Also, Piffles is a good hand. I'm following the person who before the person who was a good hand. Although, in fairness, Demo's hand is great. 2 complete sequences, 2 pairs, and Dora. And Piffles gets a bit more help there, so it has South as a bonus tile available here, which they do need in order to do anything. Unless they go into Toito or the Honitsu at this point. Possible Itsu! Has to discard a Dora to do it, but okay, so Piffles on the attack. So Piffles is on the I will get the South at some point plan, which, admittingly from Debbie's, looking at Debbie's hand, is probable. Not a definite though. And even though it's not a bonus tile, it's always possible somebody does have a pair of something you need. Which is why I like to try and secure that first before I go and commit to a hand, which is going to be South only at this point. Well, does Demo discard a 9 into that? Doesn't, which is probably correct. Actually, no, he played the 9. Now, I might have been inclined to play the 9 there. I know the Itsu is appealing, and it is, but you can always play the 7 again later, and this obviously gets rid of it a turn. The 9's not doing anything, that's the thing. Although it also gives you the option of if you draw a second one, you can then just swap the 7s out for 9s later down the line and buy yourself 2 turns of doing that. But, I mean, the ideal line is just draw a 3 and just go Reach. In which case, it doesn't really matter whether you have a 7 or a 9. 7, though, I suppose, is a middle tile, so... Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling. Ignore me. It's fine. I've been meandering through my own sort of things on this, so, yeah. But Ishan sent for Itsu Pinfu, so... I'd have probably been inclined to drop a Dora over the 7, at least at that point. Well, when you say this hand, you actually mean the next hand, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, gets rid of a 9 now. Well, still has a chance. Also, Piffles now has his South and is into a 2-pin weight with 1 left. Itsu. Yeah, you go for this, surely. Yeah. So... Itsu only to maintain dealership. Maybe, but I'd just consider the Dora as more dangerous to hold on to a little bit. Yeah. The 8-pin is a better way. Because you can't really improve this with 4 tiles left. You can't improve it to anything significant. The only thing that would be... Yeah, see, this is actually... Well, it's still a Hellweight. It's a Hellweight on a dragon that might end up in the wall and not go anywhere. Debbie is also called 2 sequences, which don't give her a completed Yaku. So another Yaku's Tenpai from Debbie. I don't know. This isn't better. I mean, the only way this improves is if you get a 4-pin, giving you the 1-4. But, okay, better dragon. There you go. Other than that, a single tile that is still alive is probably the best thing at that point. Debbie doesn't need Yaku. She does, really, but she doesn't. Either way, Piffles is correct to keep attacking. Well, to be fair, I don't know how you fold with 4 tiles, but still, you've got to keep going now that you've got this far. The problem is, of course, Prospero has multiple shiny things in his hand, and Demo is just... True. It's Tsunomi. We're in a deal repeat. And extending movement. Alright, so... Let's have a look at Piffles here, who has actually got a monster starting hand. So, 5 pairs, 2 Dora. This is pretty much an auto hand. You could call for Toy, which is a definite plan you could have, but you're definitely going to go for Chitoy here. Especially since you got 1, 8, and west, all of which are edge tiles. Or tiles on the edge, so you know. This is almost ideal 7 pairs territory. Downside is, can you draw that last one? He does it immediately. Wow, I wish I had that kind of luck. West isn't even your win. This is an ideal 7 pairs way. Well, turn 2, reach 7 pairs, Honitsu, Dora 2. This is a monster. Demo has 4 dragons in hand, but obviously isn't going to complete Daisangan at the moment with the 2 whites in Debbie as well. So here's now where the plan is. You play your normal game as much as possible, because it's an early reach. It's likely on a single tile of some sort. Or close way. 9 times out of 10. Not always. Sometimes you will deal into a huge hand, and this is an example of it. But yeah. You got to, as much as possible, try and play your own game and try and outspeed it, while playing safe where you can. Because if you worry too... I know it's a big hand in this case, but you've got to ignore that. We don't know how good this hand is officially. Against an early reach, just play as fast as you can and as safe as you can, but try to be quick. Because their weight is going to be likely to be bad. You can build a better weight faster, hopefully. Anyway, let's see what Debbie does. Okay, still a long way to go with this, but again, you have your Yaku now, so it's now just about speed. Prospero has 2 Dora and double East, and East at top, so still could potentially do things. Oh yeah. No, I'm not denying. This is an auto hand. There's nothing. You didn't even have any decision. The only decision was, did you call that north? And certainly you wouldn't call the first one. You might call the second one. Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't. This is a game-winning hand, even from your position. I mean, you're at Baiman before anything else happens. You sumo and get 2, you have Sun Baiman. So Debbie is doing a lot of calling to try and speed this up. The hand's still a little bit of a mess, but, you know, doing the correct things. I was like, no, it's ideal. That's a little unfortunate, but, you know, again, you weren't going for Toy Toy, and if you had have called things, you wouldn't have got that far. I mean, you have an interesting array of discards here. Well, Debbie's picked up the West, and that is Iran, and that is going to be expensive. Yep, alright, he's just Baiman. Could have been more if he'd have sumoed and got 2 more, but obviously you weren't going to get that, so Baiman was as good as you were going to manage. And yeah, that puts Piffles into the lead. Gyakchen. Well, we might as well stick with Piffles for the moment, but Demo has suddenly had the situation flipped. Debbie, though, has got a reason... Alright, we're now going to follow the South player. Rather than follow the dealer, we're going to follow South. Debbie's hand is quite good here. Double South, double Yaku High, and very, very well connected. So, the only question okay, so she's decided that. I guess the only question from this is, do you go for the full chance of Sanchiku? Which I don't know if it's correct, because you've got the 3-4-5 sequence already. It's faster to go this way, absolutely. But given you need points, I might have considered it at that point. And get rid of the 1 free. It would have been an option. She's got rid of that side of it. Again, there are more options the other way, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. After dealing into a Baiman, you tend to have... She's like, oh, that's really unfortunate. She could have had the Chanta Sanchiku. Yeah. Again, speed versus things, and that is unfortunate the way it's gone with that. As I say, it is the faster way around for the hand, but so probably 3-pin here. Well, 2-pin 3-pin. Because you've got the White Dragon you can call for double high, gives you free, at least puts you tempo. He has also immediately run out of thinking time, which is not a good position to be in at this stage. Oh, there's the white, so that's tempo. Oh, that's good. Okay, so reaction times. You need reaction times in this game sometimes. Yeah, missing that white is going to hurt. And this is why it's going to hurt. Somebody has Dora free on the right. Well, there's still one more that could be played, but yeah. That might just be the end of this attack, I've got to be honest. Not to turn this into the Prospero show, but what's everybody else up to? Rival still needs a bit of work. Demo's hand is okay, but again, way to go. So it's still between these two at the moment. Well, you can. This is why you keep the 7-pin pair, so you can call that white. Unfortunately. All right, 3-pin. So tempo. Waiting on the two. Two of them currently played. One's the indicator. So one left. Okay, Sumo. I'm gonna have to tell her about the auto buttons. It helps with reaction time if you don't have them. Could have been worse. Could have been better. But she's out of the danger zone. Alright, again, we're following south, because why not? So, Prospero has a great starting hand. Dragon, triplet of 7s. Sometimes you get lucky that works. Indeed. Jam sometimes is the defining factor in a game. Yeah, this seems to be what's taking up all her time here. She spent however long it was thinking about that, which I think is eating up all of her thinking time at the start of the game before anything happens. Anyway, Demo seems to have a bit of a mess, but does have double south. Nope, just south. Sorry. He's sitting west. I'm confused. I was waddling south anyway. Bibble's hand looks actually... Yeah, Bibble's looks fast. Anyway, we're following Prospero anyway. So, Dragon called. Looks like it's pretty much going to be Dragon only, unless there's anything I'm missing. Double Dragon. So, Ishan 10 for Prospero. Quite a lot of good cards you can call on. Usually. I mean, 5 seconds is a lot, and to be fair, Debbie seemed better when we were on Tenho time, which is basically half of what you get on Soul. I don't know if it's just the interface or something, but... that time management is a thing in this game. No, Debbie's hand's looking okay. 5's going to be problematic because that's exactly what Prospero needs right now. But we'll see. 1 away for Demo. And Piffles. I thought that was looking better than that, I've got to be honest, but multiple unhelpful draws in a row. Okay, so Debbie now completes another sequence. She's Ishanten with that. Cuts for 2, which I guess is correct there. 5, 6, 6, 7. Prospero, however, is about to be on that 2, 5, 8 Okay, he's on a 4-7 weight. Maximizing card potential, I suppose, but that doesn't feel correct. All right. Well, that's a let off. That's a let off for Debbie at that point. So, unfortunately, Debbie's called this and she didn't need to, and discards the 9 to make this Tanya, which she was okay. Some mistakes are being made here. I'm trying to work that out because, I mean, to be fair, Manzu are expensive. I'm not going to deny that. At the point where this discard happened, the Manzu are expensive. But I don't feel that given you got a 3-sided weight and 2 dragons that you turn that down. I just don't see how you do that. Again, not wrong. Because that is also a good weight. I mean, Piffle has dealt in, but I feel that was not enough to make it worth it on a 2-hand hand. I mean, 600 points, basically, is what you gain for the 3 at that point. I mean, the regular 7-7-7-8 is actually a reasonable one to be on. It's an irregular 3-sided weight, and I like irregular 3-sided weights because it undoes the CG trap thinking a bit. Anyway, we're falling south, as I mentioned. So let's just have a quick check of what's happening here. So demo with a reasonable shout at Honitsu, depending on what they draw. Piffles, Dora, reasonably well connected. We'll see. Probably Pinfu. Debbie has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So bad Kokushi attempt is probably just looking at Honitsu and Manzu at the moment. Get rid of 1, 9 and hope to pair some of these things up. Mirror's Alpha isn't ever a bad thing to have. So I'm not sure about calling the 5s there, to be honest, because that isolates your 6 a little bit. But again, not the worst. It's just you'd like to be a bit further along if you're going to be calling middle sequences like that. But I have to say, that's not a bad little power start. So the hand is known. Let's see how this goes. We do also have 3 people currently queued up, Solar, Oro, and Rigadon, if somebody wants to join in for start another game. Meanwhile, we've been paying attention to Debbie. I should probably actually have a look at what Demo's doing, since this is the person who Annam had. Hasn't had a lot of luck towards the Honitsu at this point, but that is probably where I would want to go with this. Prospero hand looks good, and especially since you got 2 Dora in it. We'll see what happens with that. No, true. You're not wrong. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, Tenpai. Tenpai cheese. So White Dragon into a 5-8. Unfortunately, all the 8s are gone. Well, the 8 might come out here. We'll see. But that's the only realistic shot at this, I think. Yeah, no worries. Alright, Rumi has joined, so I'm going to start another game off. Alright, Piffles, Debbie, Prospero, Demo. Yeah, no worries. Alright, Hatsu. Would Debbie call that? She does, which I don't agree with, but puts her into a 6 or 7 weight. Oh, why'd you cut the 2? Oh, that's... Somehow you got rewarded for that, so you're now in a 5-8 weight. Again, where you were a couple of turns ago. Unfortunately, all the 8s are gone, so you're on the last 5. And if you can't that 5, I'm going to be not happy. To be fair, though, you got nowhere knowing all the 8s are gone. But that's, yeah, basically a hell weight for Honitsu, South, Green, and Dora. Let's see. Well, there's the reach from Prospero, and that is just a 5-8. He's got triple Dora, so yeah, he's absolutely set with that. Debbie will, or should continue attacking anyway. You've got your hand set up here. Bad ways or not, best you can do is that at the moment. So Pibbles has all of the 5s. 1-8 played, but there's still plenty in the wall you could draw. Yeah, it's not bad. That is a winning tile for Debbie, but that is the last of the winning tiles for Debbie. So Debbie is now basically drawing dead, unless Demo gets the... Well, it probably won't happen now, but if Demo had got the 5, that was the only chance that it had of coming out. So Debbie effectively drawing dead. Prospero is still with option. Oh, maybe... Well, the thing is, I don't think Demo's going to attack this. His hand's not worth anything, and he's still miles away from anything significant here, so... Oh, that's a live red late in the game. What's Debbie going to do with that? Debbie folds. With 2 draws left to go. Or does she fold? He goes into a 4 red weight late in the game. Ah! The sequencing! If he'd have played the 6 there. I can understand him not playing the 6 though, but still. I think when you've committed that much, you kind of have to try for the hand. Especially since it is valuable. Just the sequencing that she would have got the win off of it as well. Oh, that's just brilliant. Oh, she can get in 10 pipe, she can play the 6 here. She at least hit 10 by at the end. But, oh. Yeah. Well, she can see that, but again, it's whether she's thinking of that, I guess. Nope, South free again. So we're going to stay with Demo, who has got a pretty good start. Piffles has a pair of Souths, and a not bad hand. That is even better for Demo now with that initial draw. Debbie has card potential, and not the worst of starting hands. This could be a pretty fast hand, this one. Not sure entirely where it's going to go. He's though eating up all their time on that one again, which is, again, time management. Last minute push. Debbie open cards. That is a problem. That is a problem because now you urgently need a Yaku. So now you have to get that south. Also a problem because Demo is just massively closer to a hand than you are. Okay, so basically you need to draw 2 souths, which is impossible as Piffles has them. So what's your best option here? Toy, maybe? Not a great hand for Toy, actually, looking at that. Getting a dragon. You gotta keep your honor tiles now if you're doing this. Yeah, she hasn't played in a while. She's got back to the whole beginner trap of just calling everything because the button says you can call. Ah, dear. Oh well. We'll get that out of her eventually. Rigorous retraining required. Okay, so Damon just now needs to get rid of one of his pairs. And Enchanten. For reach only at the moment, unless I can see something else with that. Not really. Can Debbie get an Itsu out of that? Itsu... the thing is that, yeah, no, she can't. No, she played the 6-pin earlier. She kept the 6-pin, 9-pin. That was an Itsu, which would have been at least a route out. As it happens now, your best option is Toy. which she's, to be fair, now she's going for, but that's you're waiting on 4s and 7s, which is never a thing you want to be waiting on in a toy hand, because they're just not going to come out of people's hands. Usually. Call that, please. There we go. So still need one more, but... wonder if the sequencing will allow this to go to Sankansu. Also, Demo's hand is good. We're definitely following Demo with this. We were talking about the 6-pin, because when you had the 6-pin, you had the possibility of doing a 1-9 straight. To be fair, the card calling first was the thing that gave you the problem, because at that point you didn't have a legal hand anymore. But a 1-9 straight would have actually given you a chance at potentially coming back with that, and discarding the 6 unfortunately undid that. Who shrunk Shadow? Well, I'm not shrunk, I'm just in the corner, aren't I? Well, I'm not in the corner over there anymore, or over there, as it actually is. Sorry, I'm now having to look at things. No, this is a much more sensible place for me to be. So you can't see Tanya, clearly. That's the only reason. Alright. So Pebbles gets the South Sumo. 2,700 and potential of a West round here, although given that I know the game's already ended, it's not likely. Unless it's extremely quick. Change names with Eep's hand. I do. This is very true. Okay, well let's follow Piffles because we've been following South all the way through this. So... this is clearly a possible Itsu. Itsu Dora 1 game. Debbie has double Yakuhai and Dora, which is not a bad way to start going for a Honitsu. Actually, no, it's not. It's only single Yakuhai. That's East and the South round, of course. So, White, Dora, Honitsu, Mangan. Which puts you actually not... no, you need a Hanneman to gain a position. Unless you do direct hits, of course, or Sumos. See, now you're in a sort of awkward position for having called that East, because now you're putting yourself into a single weight on the White Dragon. Well, once you get the White Dragon call, you're on a single weight on either the 7 or the 8. Whereas if you kept the pair of Easts and hadn't done that, at least until you got the East at least that point. So 7 or 8 for a White Dragon only, and hope to Khan things, I guess. Khan, Rinshin, Kai, Hodora 4. There we go. That's the route to victory. Oh, Debbie gets a win, which doesn't give her enough points, I don't think, by a long way. But that's game. GG 2000, and Piffles takes a win. Okay, so what games are currently still in progress here? We have the Rumi Wriggling game, so let's go and observe this one. So, following Uro, because we're following South for no discernible reason other than I was more interested in that. So, potential Chanter, potential nonsense actually here, depending on what they want to do here. And I think that's the Chanter sign. Maybe not, actually, to be fair. It could be Red Dragon Dora. But I like the potential upside here. Downside is that 6 is going to deal into Sailor.
Done.
And it did. but I like the potential upside. Still, that is expensive manga to give up at this point in the game. Solo then with a 42 lead. And we're following him now. So, 42 with a reasonable Honitsu hand. And what's everybody else doing? Riichi has pretty good start. A couple of edge weights. If you can fill those in quickly, that is him off. Rumi's hand actually looks even better. Yakai as well. And Oro, Dora. Yeah, okay. I'm really bad at the hand evaluating because that is clearly the best hand. Dora 4 for the cat. I guess you get rid of 3-5 here, and is doing so. Oro is just, yeah, no, that I can't argue with that. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. A couple of sixes in people's hands, but both of those are likely to remain there. So, deciding not to aggressively attack that. Yeah, potential monster coming up here. Sailor though, still... I haven't got rid of 2 E's, so I'm not sure I agree with that, but I guess 2 safe tiles while still advancing to tempo. And Oro has some jam. Not extreme jam because they got the more expensive, the least expensive out, but still. Cannot argue with a dealer manga when you're in 4th place. So we're straight up in the second, and a repeat for the dealership. So, what do we got for the second attempt at this? A reasonable-ish hand. Solo just picks up a Dora, but otherwise has a reasonable-ish hand. Rumi's hand, I think, is the best of them at the moment, but we'll see.
Chi.
And Riichi's going to attack. He's got a pair of reds he can call with. So, let's see. Okay, so possibly pick a Pinfu for Solar, since we are technically following him. Riichi with 3 pairs. Not sure if it helps him a great deal here. He still needs the red, whichever he does. That looks good for Rumi.
Riichi.
That looks very good. So 1-4.
Pump.
There's Riichi's red. Good night, Puffin. Catch you next week. Okay, so Tenpai now 2-8 for Riichi. But that is the deal in.
上がりね
Reach pins in Nomi, but 2,000 points closer to the top. Oh, plus reach stick and things. So Rumi up to 3rd place. We are also now going to follow Rumi for this round, because why not? Even though again, the deal now has a good hand. See, following south is not a good plan. What's everybody else doing? Oro, unfortunately, has finally had a bad starting hand. Riichi's looks okay. 1 Dora now attached. So this is looking like Solas at the moment. At least off initial things. Solas or Rumis. So it depends which one of them develops first. Lead or a discard. So 5 is obviously for the pair. Couple things there. No, okay, makes sense. Meanwhile, he's already going for a Kokushi attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or is he just guarding middle tiles in the hope that he'll have safer time later in the game? We shall see. No, it's a Kokushi attempt. I probably doomed one, but you know, can't blame it for occasionally trying it. And getting rid of all the dangerous tiles at the start means you've got more safe tiles later on in the game, or that is at least the hope. Yeah. All the Easter gone. So, Inzu Honitsu then. Though even that's not looking great at the moment, but hey, do what you can. Okay, Rumi with the Dora decides to hold on to it. Okay, so Tanya now a thing for Rumi. Meanwhile, Rigadan is Shanten. Yep. This is very true. Even one that was doomed on turn 3. And to be fair, he's not far off from Toy Toy and something at this point. Or at least Dragon only. He's Shanten up top.
Chi.
Well, interesting up top then. So, multi-sided weight there. Although, admittedly, no, not multi-sided at all. 2-5, yeah. Okay, so a lot of dead tiles for it, but we'll see. That actually might help him. Well, admittedly, but not sure. Anyway, Rumi's staying Dama. And gets the win.
あら、上がりね。
So, Pimple Simples and 2. Mung and hit off last place. And becomes Vidila. Alright, we're following Rigdan for this next one. Who has 2 Dora and a pretty good opener. I mean, Rumi's isn't bad either, actually, comes to that. Bit pair heavy, but still not terrible. Solar Design is also pair and triplet heavy. And Oro. 2 Dora. Okay, no, this could go in a number of ways here, we'll see. The thing is, with Orphans, is your hand is so far away from anything that almost anything you draw actually gets you closer to Tenpai.
Chi.
I mean, it's a slight mathematical fact that the worse your hand is, the more tiles that actually exist that actually improve it. So, there is that side of the coin, I guess. Alright, Tenpai for Rigadan waiting on the Friso. That being said, it's always at the sharp end where things start to slow down unless you get a lot of luck. Chidora. So Rigadan takes away the Tenpai but increases some value here. 3 Dora showing. Tanya free, absolutely not a problem for him right now. Taking off my what did I do wrong hat. I mean, other than winning, nothing at all that I noticed.
Riichi.
Or that I cared to notice, anyway. Pawn, yep. So it takes me 10 pi, 2-6. So 1-6 left in the wall that could be drawn, and both for 2. Oh, wow. Alright. There's a reach. Don't discard Dora after the reach unless you know for a fact it's safe. That is a Mungan giveaway. And we're following Oro for this round. Okay. So Oro with a reasonably good starting hand, actually. Unfortunately, it looks like, while his is reasonably good, Rigaden's looks amazing. Rumi's is okay, and Sola's is a Kokushi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not a Kokushi, but you know, it's that sort of hand. Not even really neat for going in for a half flush, but yeah, Sola's not mad enough to do it for more than one attempt. If he kept drawing them, I suppose he would have kept going, but you know. Meanwhile, Oro has got a bit more speed, so this is a hand that you could try and convert to Chanter, but really you're just hoping to get the south at this point with one gone. Well, it's not impossible he could die Sangan it, but it's not likely. Actually, no, it's impossible. There's the 2 greens over there, but still. Question is, does he want to hold on to them or just go for things? The thing is, it's probably worth holding on to because his hand's not anywhere near close to anything else. Rumi is discarding a pair of East from his hand, but we're in the south round, so yeah, absolutely. This is looking interesting from Oro here. I like it. I hope it happens, but I'm not expecting it to. Okay, he actually just folds it at this point, which, fair enough. Correct mathematical decision made. He does have red and 2 Dora, so there, well, 3 Dora actually. So that is a consideration on this. Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, I agree with the shenanigans that are currently going on. I don't think it'll work, but I want it to. Oh, I want it to. So, how many one pins are there's only the single 1 pin, and it's actually in somebody else's hand. So yeah, it's gonna stop there. He goes for the single weight on the 8. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of easy ways to improve the hand. So Riichi Peiko. Short of waiting for Dora, but yeah, Rena's not going to play that because it actually advances his hand. Yeah, because all the 9s were played after that, so you'd have to ask him that. I mean, I think practically they are the same number in terms of likelihood, number of outs, but usually you go for the edge rather than the middles where possible. Okay, Ishan-ten for Solar. Looks like at the moment he'd have to cut a Dora unless he gets fortunate here, drawing a 6 or a 4. A 6 or a 4. But yeah, okay, so he'll have to give up a Dora here, but he will have Tenpai. Does. Stays Dharma. Dragon and 2 Dora. Five is also safe tile, actually, so yeah, he had that going for him as well. So does Solo want to push a 3-man in this position? He does.
1
Rigadan 1 away from his Honitsu. Seems a little aggressive this late in the game, I've got to be honest, but maybe just hoping to bluff somebody off the pot. Although, missingly with a Riichi on the board, that's never a great plan. Calm! Oh, I'm so... You had no more draws left. I mean, you've got to calm that, surely. Oh, what, 2 draws left, Chiron. You saying you wouldn't calm that? Because I don't think there's an argument for not trying it. Well, we'll see. We're not following Oro anymore because he's no longer south. We're going to follow Solar, who I think should have... I mean, to be fair, he's in the lead, actually. So, adding value, even if there is just 1 draw left, I just think that... I don't know. What's the point gap? 14-7. 14-7, Tenpai, you're reducing the number of discards left from 2 to 1 after your draw. I don't... Your lead is good, but it's not brilliant. I'd have taken the chance. I'd consider the risk minimal. Maybe if we had 10 more draws left, fine, but I'd consider that a minimal risk at that point. Especially as the only other player you know is in Tenpai isn't going to get another draw either way. Anyway, so that has free Dora again, so let's see what he can do with this. Well, Oro's got the Karning down. Karn Honitsu, maybe? Actually, no, he's got easy dealer, so he doesn't need to. Yeah, as I say, there's an argument if there's a lot of draws left, but basically you're denying a person a draw and getting another chance yourself. I'd go for that. So, mass call, but no 10 with 4 tiles left. Looking at Chanter again, or at least bluffing the Chanter. No spoilers of the game, please. Just want to see how this ends. Alright. Well, Rumi's also got some Dora going for him, so let's see how this develops. I said no spoilers, Daniel. Also, I think that is me done for the evening. We're just waiting for the end of this result, and I'm going to end it here. I will put the auto queue back on. By the way, the auto queue was actually on for the entirety of the time I was away, so we could have played on this lobby. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. It looks like you're going to win anyway. We do feel that you should have canned. Just saying. With 1 draw left, I think you should have canned. No, honestly, it was set up to auto match. I'm just saying it was set up to auto match, so I don't know quite why it didn't work, but based on the settings when I basically came back to it today, it was already auto matching. I mean, expensive hands are fine. I think the problem is if you overcall for a hand that is very restrictive, people know what you're going for, so they won't give you any help. Anyway, we should probably Rumi for the last hand. So Solar has South and Green and Adora and a reasonably connected set of tiles, so I don't see how Solar doesn't win this one. To be fair, there have been some ridiculous high-fives around everything, so everybody's had some reasonably shockingly good hands. Because, I mean, Aura's isn't bad one either, gotta be honest. Not up to the double Gaku high start, but you know. Speed is important in a vacuum. I think the value starts to factor into it later in the game when you have point gaps to worry about. But being able to close out a game by being fast is also important. Shanten. True. But sometimes you need specific amounts of points, but again. Mahjong tends to become situational towards the end of it. The tournament matches count towards your overall ranking, or is it separate? If you mean the ranking that it tells you on the tournament lobby, don't worry too much about that. The way the tournament ranking works on sort of the thing I post into Discord is there is zero floor. So no matter how many negative points you get, you will not fall below 0. And after that, it's just a game of how many can you accumulate before you start losing them again. So any positive score gets added up, but obviously if you lose back down to 0 or below that, you stay at 0 until you earn additional points. So what this tends to mean is that the winner is the player who can play most consistently. But tournament matches also, are not silver, gold, jade. However, some of them do count for certain things depending on what events are going on. The current event, I think, is also one of those that doesn't care what the matches are as long as you're against people. Oh, okay. No, no, not at all. No. Any kind of ranking, it cares about the players you're playing against being roughly the same rank, or at least it does on Soul. So. Anyway, I kind of bypassed Solo picking up his win here, which I'm sure is about to happen. Yep, as Carol says. Okay, Rumi with a potential... Oh, that's a deal, is it? Nope, nope, decides not to take it. And Sumo for Sola. Indeed, and even then, it really doesn't matter. I think the grand reward is I put your name on a sticky note attached to a really terrible trophy, which I actually don't know where it is at the moment. But Sola picks up 494. Pick up a plus 54. Ruby picks up some positive points, and there we go. Alright, so that was Stars of Confusion for the 26th of March. I will see you again next week, where we will continue Mahjong style stuff and things and other assorted nonsense. So I shall catch you all at that point. If you want to discuss something... Oh, am I doing a table tomorrow? Not sure. I will let you know, but I'll probably be around if people do want to play some random games. But I'm probably not arranging them, if that makes sense. Anyway, catch you all later. Until next time.